Greetings! Welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. We got to grease the front end of this truck and check for some damage. I was hauling this giant load of lumber the other day, about 2 months ago, and I hit some giant pothole, and now I'm having some issues with this tire. And the other side too isn't the greatest. It always was a little squirrely. I set it with a tape measure once I did the kingpins, and it was okay, but I hit something real bad, and I think I might have bent a tie rod or something. I adjusted it. Me and wifey adjusted it with the tape measure technique, and I was noticing this rod, the adjustment rod here, was swiveling around in a way that when I was adjusting it was not concentric. It was kind of like arced. So I think this tie rod is bent, and I'm pretty sure it's bent. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grease the front end real quick, and then later I'll have to buy a new tie rod end. I'm pretty sure that that tie rod end is bent. This one is real scrubby. I have adjusted this though. It is now adjusted correctly. So there was some damage somewhere. I hit a pothole real hard with a big load. It didn't help. And this one, it's a little better, but not much. But that was 3 months of hard running after I hit the pothole. The tires were 50% tread anyway, so could I have saved them if I had adjusted it right away? Probably. Anyway, let's grease this front end real quick. First thing you do is put some wheel chocks under there, because we're going to grease the column shift too, and I don't trust this e-brake. So yeah, chalk it up, make sure it's not going to roll, because you're going to be under there. You don't have to jack the truck up. Cut the wheels pretty hard right, and then you can get everything. You'll see what I mean. We can cut the wheels. If you cut them to the right, you can get to all the fittings. Okay, that's pretty hard. All right, let's get the grease gun, and I'll put you on the head cam here. The old noggin cam. And I hope this helps somebody. It didn't help me too much because I drove it pretty hard with a bad alignment, basically. All right, so we're gonna get under here, get a rag, get your grease gun. On these old trucks, grease is grease. Just get some tacky red stuff of some sort. All right, so you see, if you cut it to the right, you can get to these. You can get to these kingpin fittings, and you can get to that fitting, hopefully, and that one. And the other side, the grease fittings are on the front side of the beam. So cut the wheel to the right, okay? Let's put some in this top one first. I'm sure the manual says put it in the bottom. We don't always do what the manual says. Okay. Here's something. Oh yeah. You don't need a lot. Just so you hear that popping and snapping. It's coming out. Okay, we got some in that one. Sometimes you gotta wipe these off a little, the zerks, and sometimes in extreme cases you have to push a little pin in there or something when there's dirt in the way. So we cut the wheel to the right, and we can get to all these now. Let's see what comes out of here. Oh yeah, we got something. You don't need much, just so it starts bubbling out. There you go. All right, so hopefully if we cut the wheel enough, we'll be able to get this Pitman arm. I guess that's a Pitman. This is the drag link connector. All right, so let's try to get that too, if we cut the wheel enough. All right. This one's pretty much a new part. Shouldn't be much going on there. Where's it coming out at? Oh yeah, it's bubbling out right here. Yeah, we're good. You don't need much. You don't want this stuff all over the place when you're driving. Okay, and we'll get this one. So if you cut the wheel to the right, you can get all this on this side. Okay. It's doing something. I can feel it pressurizing. Okay, there's the old stuff coming out. Okay. So let's get this tie rod here. Oh dear, it's coming out. That was too much. That's too much. Oops. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's a little bit coming out of there, see? All right, we got everything we can get here. And that's too much. All right, we're good here. Let's wipe off some of this excess goo. All right, quick, let's go to this other side. I don't know what that little critter is. All right. So, let's book over here. And since you cut the wheel to the right, there's these fittings here. And obviously you don't have a drag link on this side. Well, it's the connecting link, it's not the drag link. So we'll put that on there. Okay, that came out. You probably can't see anything right now, but we're gonna get you in there in a second. Okay, we're gonna get that one. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have, since the wheel was to the right, we were able to grease that bottom one and the top one. There's definitely, oh, there's a big spider up there. Hi, buddy. We got that greased. We got that greased. Look at the old grease coming out of there. Oh, yeah. And that's greased. Okay, so from me hitting that pothole, I bent this part. When I was adjusting this, using the tape measure technique, and my wife, we were holding it and adjusting the wheels in. It was towed in really bad. And it wasn't that way when I hit the pothole. After the pothole, I kept driving it, and we made it right. But this whole bar, the drag link, is bent now. So I gotta find another one. I can drive it, but it's gonna be annoying, and I won't be able to get the toe in really correct and dialed in until I get that straight. I think I bent this tie rod also, because when I was turning this, I could see this threaded part of the tie rod doing non-straight things. It was like root, it was like a semicircular kind of thing, and that's bad. That means it could break. So yeah, anyway, so that's how you grease the front end. Oh, and we're gonna do the column real quick, because we're here with the grease. I mean, you're here with the grease making a mess. You might as well do the column. And to do the column, I usually put the truck in neutral first. Let's just put some in there and see what happens. It's kind of hard with one hand. Let's see. Maybe I can set you guys up here. I'm gonna have to put you back on the head cam, I think. There's just no way I can do that and hold you guys. Hold your hand. All right, so we're gonna go in here. can see that fitting right there. I'm gonna wipe that off a little. This is really hard with one hand. Let's see. See if we can pop this light in here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, you can see it spurting out right there. Most of it didn't go in, but some of it spurted out. I think what we're going to do is put this in neutral and try again. Let's try that again. I did get some in the top part of the upper part of the column shift. So let's put this in neutral. And we got the wheel chocks on, the brakes on. And we'll run it through a little bit. Okay, it's in neutral. And here we go again. Sure is a lot of extra there. Boy, it's not what I wanted to see.